Hello students, in this video I would like to discuss the solution of quiz 2. In quiz 2 you are given this kind of machinery. Two shafts made of steel are connected with two gears. This is gear B and this is gear C. Gear B is connected with shaft AB and shaft AB is driven by an electric motor with 10 kilowatt of power and 20 Hz of rotating frequency. Another gear, gear C, is connected with shaft CD and shaft CD is fixed at D. Here are the questions that are given in the quiz. The first question is asking you to calculate the torque that is exerted to shaft AB by the electric motor. So to solve these questions, you need to deal with this number in order to get the value of torque. For the second question, B, calculate torque at shaft CD here that is transmitted by gear B. So this question is asking you how you can utilize the relationship of this transmission because gear B and gear C has a different radius. And then for question C, you are asked to calculate the shear stress of each shaft. So this is actually the continuation of question B. Once you can determine the value of torque AB and torque CD, it should be easy for you to calculate the shear stress value of each shaft. Then go to D. D is asking if the allowable shearing stress is 60 megapascal, will both shafts be failure? So in this question, after calculating the shear stress value of each shaft at C, then you will need to compare it with 60 megapascal. If it is above 60 megapascal, the shaft means failure. If below 60 megapascal, the shaft means safe. Okay, then continue to question C. You are asked to determine the new shaft diameter to avoid failure. So in this case, if you find both shafts are failure or only one shaft is failure, then you will need to redesign the diameter. So question E is asking you about that. The last question is related with the twisting angle. If the material is made of steel with this shear modulus of 77 megapascal and using the new diameter you get from point E, then you are asked to determine the angle of rotation of NA. You see, this is NA. NA is connected with this motor, so it is rotating because of that torque. Okay, but because of this torque, shaft AB is also rotating and therefore gear B is also rotating. Gear B rotating, gear C is also rotating with the connection of transmission, and shaft CD and there is therefore twisted. So in also to solve question F, first you need to calculate the twisting angle of CD, and therefore you know the rotation of gear C. After getting the rotation angle of gear C, meaning you can get gear B, and then you need to calculate the twisting angle of shaft AB in order to get the rotation angle of A. The rotation angle of A is actually the summation of gear B rotation plus the twisting angle of shaft AB. So let's see the detail one by one. For the first questions, you are asked to calculate the torque that is exerted to shaft AB by the electric motor. In the questions, you are given the value of 10 kilowatt power and 20 Hz of rotation velocity. So by using this formula, you can get the value of the torque, P over 2PF. P is 10 kilowatt, the F is 20 Hz. Therefore, you should obtain the torque value exerted from the electric motor is 79.58 Newton meter. Very easy, yeah? And then for question B, you are asked to calculate the torque at shaft CD transmitted to gear B. To solve this, you need to understand the transmission relationship between gear B and gear C. Okay, what is the relationship between gear B and gear C. They are connected with FC and FB. As I explained in the class, FB and FC should be equal because they should be in equilibrium. So this is the relationship. From this, you can then derive the value of FB and the value of FC. For FB, so this is FB. FB is obtained by torque AB divided by the radius, because radius times FB is actually the torque AB. Similarly, for the force at gear C, it can be defined by TCD, the torque applied to gear C, divided by the radius of gear C. This is the relationship based on the force equilibrium. Knowing that RB and RC have a different value, you can then get this relationship. TCD is equal to RC over RB times TAB. So you will get this value, which is TCD is equal to 2.73 times TAB. With this relationship, you can then continue to calculate the value of TAB and TCD. TAB, because shaft AB is directly connected with gear B, therefore the torque at gear B is exactly the same as the torque exerted from the electric motor. Therefore, TAB is equal to T0, and it is equal to 79.58 Newton meter. Using this relationship, you can then directly calculate the value of TCD, which is 2.73 times of TAB. So you will get 217.25 Newton meter. Okay, next is to determine the shear stress value of each shaft. First, we begin with shaft AB. This is the formula to determine the shear stress value. Tau is equal to TC over J. T is the applied torque to the corresponding shaft, C is the radius, and JAB is the polar moment of inertia. This equation can be simplified into this kind of equation. Okay, because we have obtained TAB in the previous slides, therefore we can just directly calculate. Yeah, TAB was 79.58 Newton meter, and CAB, the diameter of shaft CD, was 19 millimeter. So the radius is 9.5 millimeter power 3. Okay, so the shearing stress that is occurred at shaft AB is 59.1 megapascal. For shaft CD, using the similar equation, we can also calculate the shearing stress. But we will use here the torque that we calculate for shaft CD. Okay, from the previous slide, we know that the torque that is applied to shaft CD is 217.25 Newton meter divided by the P times radius power 3. Okay, the diameter of shaft CD was 25 millimeter, therefore the radius is 12.5 millimeter power 3. Then you get the shearing stress of shaft CD is 70.8 megapascal. In the next question, you are asked if the material of shaft has a global shearing stress of 60 megapascal, will both shafts be failure? Okay, so this is the value that cannot be exceeded by both shafts. More than this, the shaft will be failure. So you need to just compare the stress value you obtain from point C. Okay, shaft AB is obviously less than 60 megapascal, so shaft AB is safe. While shaft CD, it has a shear stress more than 70 megapascal. Therefore, we can conclude the shaft CD will fail due to the applied stress, which is more than 60 megapascal. In the next question, you are asked to redesign the diameter of the shaft that is failure in order to avoid failure. Yeah, so it means that you need to redesign the diameter of shaft CD. Therefore, the shearing stress is no longer 70.8 megapascal, but less than or equal to 60 megapascal. Using the same equation as the previous to determine the shearing stress, but here we use the maximum shearing stress is 60 megapascal, because this is the limit that we cannot exceed. Okay, by doing this, we would like to determine the radius, so we can simplify this equation into we can change the equation into this, and we can calculate the radius of the new radius of shaft CD, which is 0.0132 meter, or it is equal to 26.4 millimeter. Okay, next, the last question is asking you to determine the angle of rotation of NA, knowing that the shaft has shearing modulus of 77 gigapascal, and we will use the new diameter because we don't want the machinery to be broken. Okay, first, in order to define the rotation angle of NA, we first need to derive the relationship of rotation angle between gear B and gear C. As we learned in the class, because gear B and gear C is connected, therefore the rotation arc of gear C should be equal to the rotation arc of gear C, and therefore we have this relationship RB times the rotation angle of gear B is equal to RC times the rotation angle of gear C. And because RC and RB have a different value, and therefore we can define that the rotation angle of gear B is 2.73 times gear C. Yeah, you can check, because this is smaller radius, this is bigger radius. The smaller radius will move more compared to the bigger radius, so this is okay. Okay, we will use the torque value we obtained from the previous problem in order to define the angle rotation at A here. Okay, so first we need to define the twisting angle of shaft AB. Highlight, I said twisting angle, not rotation, yeah, because shaft is twisted here. Okay, the twisting angle of the shaft AB is defined by TL over JG. T is the applied torque of shaft AB, so this is the value. L is the length of shaft AB, 600 millimeter or 0.6 meter. J is the polar moment of inertia. The diameter is 19, so the radius is 9.5 millimeter. This is the shear modulus. After calculating, you will get the twisting angle of shaft AB is 0.0485 radian, or equal to 2.78 degree. Yeah, you see that as the torque is giving, the motor is giving a torque, shaft AB will automatically be twisted 0.0485 radian. So that is what happened. Okay. Similarly, because we know that shaft CD is also loaded by a torque from this gear B to gear C, so we can also define or calculate the twisting angle of shaft CD. We have calculated before that TCD is equal to this value. The L is the length of shaft CD. This is the J using the new diameter with radius 13.2 millimeter. So this is in meter, and this is the shear modulus. After calculation, you will get the twisting angle of shaft CD with this torque is 0.0531 or equal to 3.04 degree. Okay, you see, as shaft CD is twisted, therefore gear C should move together with shaft CD. Yeah, knowing that, we should then be able to derive that the twisting angle of shaft CD should be equal to the rotation angle of gear C. So this is it. And then from here we can then calculate the rotation angle of gear B, which was from this equation, and then we can multiply it by the twisting angle, the rotation angle of gear See, we can get that the rotation angle of gear B is equal to 8.3 degree. Finally, the rotation angle of A at NA is defined by this. Yeah, the rotation angle of gear B itself plus the twisting angle of shaft AB. So the total is 11.08 degree. Yeah, you see here phi C is 3.04, and because of that gear B is rotating 8.3 degree. But then because it has a distance where shaft AB is also rotated or twisted, therefore the total twisting angle at A is equal to this value, 11.08 degree. Okay, thank you for your attention.